Hello and welcome to another World of Warships video. Today we've got a replay in the USS Fletcher. The USS Fletcher is the Tier 9 American destroyer. It's got a main battery firing range unmodified of 12.9 kilometers with a 180-degree turn time of 5.29 seconds. This is fully upgraded. It's got base 17,100 hit points. It's got torpedoes with a range of 10.5 kilometers. The skills I've got on this captain, I have basic firing training, torpedo armament expertise, superintendent, survivability expert, which gives me additional HP, and concealment expert, which I only recently acquired. So this battle starts out with a bit of banter in the chat, but as you can see, it's a tier 10 game with there's no aircraft carriers, and it's a relatively even spread of battleships, cruisers, and destroyers. So I immediately go in to head for the sea capture point.
Sorry, no can do. All forces, capture that area. Affirmative.
And you can see our team seems to be having an argument in chat.
Received. I'm on it. Many thanks.
So if we look at the team list here, we can see that while it is a tier 10 battle, there are only a few tier 10s. There's two on each side, a destroyer and a single battleship. There's a few tier 9s and then majority tier 8s, I believe. So me and this other destroyer off to my port side, cell block 73 in the gearing, are moving in to capture the sea point along with everyone else that spawned up here. So I do carry defensive fire on this ship rather than speed boost. Although it's not useful in games where there are no aircraft carriers, when there are aircraft carriers, it's worth having. I don't see a huge benefit to speed boost. So the gearing and I are trying to capture, but as you can see, the capture of the sea point is not progressing, which means there is an enemy somewhere in the cap circle, as Cell Block points out in chat. So with this concealment skill, concealment expert, it gives me a detection range of 6.0 kilometers in combination with the concealment module, which gives me an edge over other US destroyers, and assuming they don't also have both the captain skill and the module. So I start to move forward along with Cell Block to find the destroyer, and there he is. He hasn't quite seen me yet, but he's going to. And as soon as he's spotted, he's smoked, so, well, if someone smokes, you know what to do, put torpedoes into him. They're bound to hit him. Almost.
Torpedoes astern.
Now the smart thing for him to do would be to turn his ship bow on to the direction he saw the destroyers from to give him the best chance of avoiding the torpedoes. But he doesn't do that. Instead, he keeps firing. So you can see the enemy has captured both B and A, and we've got some teammates down in A. So I did hit the destroyer with one torpedo, but didn't quite kill him, so I keep moving in. With the new update, the ability to see the circles for the smoke screen on the water, possibly the best addition I've ever seen. So I'm moving in carefully here because the enemy destroyer hasn't fired torpedoes yet, not that I've seen, and I don't want to run into his torpedoes point blank range. So I see him just now, and I turn so that I'll be just behind his bow where he can't fire torpedoes, but it's not really going to matter, he dies so quickly. So we finish capturing the sea point. And I point out to the team in chat that we're going to need to capture some more bases. So So the enemies up here are cruisers and battleships, and they're staying back. So I think about launching torpedoes at this guy, but it's a bit of a weird angle and he's turning. Probably won't hit him, so I don't try. And then a destroyer pops up. Oh, there he is. As you can see, that's the low gang. So I start to put fire into him, indicate him to the team, and fire a wide spread of torpedoes. Now I know he's firing torpedoes at me, so I start to turn away. Just keep putting fire into this guy. He disappears in the smoke, but he's going too fast, so he keeps popping back up. And now he's on fire. It's not looking good for him. And he's very close. Yeah, he actually did eat one of those torpedoes. So with him gone, I turn back, and there are the torpedoes. I narrowly avoid this. That was a bit too close for comfort. So I once again set course for B. And an enemy battleship starts moving up, and he's just inside torpedo range. He's moving a bit slowly, so I fire off torpedoes. If he speeds up, they're not going to hit, but let's see what happens. So you can see currently I'm at 23,000 damage with 2 torpedo hits. And the torpedoes are on their way. He doesn't seem to have moved, so they should hit. It's looking good on the map so far. Still watching my torpedoes. There they go, there they go. One's gonna hit. Boom!
Enemy battleship foundered.
I didn't know that could happen. I didn't know torpedoes could cause detonations. I mean, it makes sense, but I didn't know that World of Warships simulated that. Poor guy. Oh man, that was 60,000 damage. Yeah, it says in chat it's never happened to him before. Must not be running the detonation flag. I generally, it's best to use the signal flags if you have them. Especially on high tier ships with the detonation flag. I mean, it's fine if you get one hit in your tier 4 or tier 5, but when it's gonna cost you money if you lose, you don't want to get destroyed in one hit in a high tier ship. So we capture B. We're starting to overcome the enemies up in the north. So I have 2 choices when I come around here. I can go to fight the enemies that are to the east of me, or the enemy that's to the southwest. See, our battleship's having some trouble with torpedoes down in A. And there's a group over there, a battleship and a cruiser, that are around this island. Not close enough to see me, but still. So I'm looking to launch some torpedoes here. Although he's sailing away, it's a bit of an odd angle. And there's the cruiser. So I think about firing, but decide against it. The torpedo indicator says I'm going to have to fire through the rock. So I let a few torpedoes loose, but I don't think they're going to hit, not unless he slows down or turns. Put some torpedoes out. After I put the second spread out, I turn the other way to engage the enemy battleship. With no cruiser support, especially once that enemy cruiser heads around the island, I should be free to open up on this Montana and try and set him on fire.
Concentrate fire on the designated.
The Gearing, who's just behind me, has the same idea. So with the recent change to situational awareness, where everyone gets it now, you don't need the skill. This allows destroyers to put the 1-point skill into basic firing training instead, which, with 5-inch guns, gives you a bonus to your fire rate. So I got the reload of these guns down to 3.0 seconds. So keep putting fire into this guy. I've hit him quite a bit. He repaired the fire, but not setting him on fire again. My torpedoes are reloaded, but he's turning away, so they're very unlikely to hit him. And I do notice that that enemy cruiser and battleship headed back to B, to say that they're currently in the process of capturing it, so I turn back that way to engage them once we've finished with this Montana. That Montana's got 2 battleships, cruiser, and destroyer firing on it. Gearing put out some torpedoes, although I'm not sure if they're going to hit. But both the enemy battleship and cruiser are in the cap circle at this point. Destroyers are nowhere to be found. Although the destroyer is presumably in the capture circle for A, as our battleships are not capturing it. With the Montana dealt with, I start to put out some torpedoes, looking to deal with these 2 guys in the cap circle.
Our victory is in sight.
Put some torpedoes out for the battleship, but they may also end up hitting the cruiser. Save the second set to fire a little later once I get past these 2 little islands. And now the Gearing is currently spotted. This looks very close, but he's actually shooting over me at the Gearing just behind me. I won't be spotted until 6.0 kilometers. So I just get around these islands, put some torpedoes out at where I think the battleship might be, although he's not spotted, and open up on the cruiser, who's too busy focusing on the Gearing to see me and to see my torpedoes. So, got him.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
And now it's just the second set of torpedoes. Moving to that battleship. So he did see me for just a second. I was detected because I had recently fired my guns, but I soon disappear. So the question is, did he notice me, and did he recognize that there was a destroyer who could have fired torpedoes? Well, let's find out. Is he going to see it? Is it going to change course? No, doesn't look like it. He takes one, and at that point, open up with the guns. I do actually have to turn here and be a bit careful. That Gearing, I think he knew he wasn't going to hit me, but he launched a bit too close anyways, and this guy's going to die before his torpedoes get there. Well, that's not a bad result, now is it? 130,000 damage almost, and top of the team on experience. Well, that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, remember to hit the like button down below and subscribe for more content. For now, this is Falconflare 2000, signing off.